Here's a quick video on how you create posts in ProPresence. I've started sharing my screen so you can see hopefully quite clearly that you can generate a new article, you can view your daily digest, you can manage your posts, you can track LinkedIn posts, or you can update your stats. The same approach that we take to viewing your daily digest is really where we generate our posts. So if we look at our daily digests, you can see that we've already jumped over into the posts category area here. And you can see that we can either simply create a post directly, we can fetch new articles related to our topics and area of expertise and areas of interest, or we can generate a post from an existing article. So let's take an example where we've seen an article that we like. It may be this one here, three best practices for successfully integrating AI into your marketing strategy. So I can read this article by clicking the link. I can skim it and see what it says. Okay, it's not going to be that interesting for us, but we can use this to start with. So I've had a quick look at that article and I think it's okay, and I might generate a post. You notice here that it's got no image. I can try to fetch the image for us and see if that works. It doesn't have a preview image, unfortunately, so we might have to add one manually. But I can generate a post from this, and you can see that it's going to look at the summary here. It'll also go away and read the article when I generate this. So I can give it some commentary perspective here. And I might say that I would like to focus on the use of human in the loop intervention in the process of generating marketing content using AI. After all, it's kind of what we're doing here. And I might keep this at 200 to 300 words. That's kind of a best practice for this kind of content. I am going to humanize that output, but I would like to use a link in the comments. So that way it actually doesn't put the link right inside the article itself, and it means that LinkedIn is less likely to penalize it. I might also upload my own custom image here because I've noticed that that's actually not going to help us out so much. So let's have a look at what we can find here. We'll find something from way down the end here, and in that I'm not going to actually use this, I might just use this one. And then I'll generate the post. So what the AI is now going to go away and do is to read the article, analyze it in terms of your tone of voice, write a draft in terms of your tone of voice, double check it to make sure that's okay, and then humanize it by taking out any normalized AI type markers. So now you can see that it's uploaded my image here as a holding image. It's identified the article, and there's the link itself. And now here's what it's come up with. An interesting way to start an article with ellipsis. So I don't mind that, actually, and that's why we need humans in the loop. And it's saying generative AI is everywhere these days, blah blah blah. Now I'm generally going to, if I was going to release this, I'm not going to, because I don't think it's a very good article to be referencing anyway. But you can see that it's come through and it's generated some good conversational type content here for me. It's even giving me a perspective. So actually, it's not a bad post. I think the post is actually better than the article. And if I wanted to automatically schedule that, so I've already set up my schedule in my admin preferences, my account preferences, and I know that I can just click on auto schedule and it will go into one of the existing slots that are, or the next available slot in my calendar, or I can specifically publish it for a particular time. So I might say that I would publish this on Saturday morning at 9 AM, and that might be fine. So I could literally just click schedule that post and it will go off and schedule that, and must remember to delete that now. You will notice that it's flashing up a couple of little warnings there, and that just means that it's identifying the fact that there's no feature image involved in, or open graph image in that particular article. So it's just making sure that I'm aware of it, because those images are actually quite important. It makes your posts perform way better. Now, if I was going to just create a normal post, I could create a post from a URL. So I might already have an article on my website that I'd really like to focus on. So I'll show you how we do that as well. So let me just grab an article from my Disruptors Code blog, and it might be to do with one of our handbooks. So I'm just going to choose our universal pitch deck, and I'm going to say I would like to create from this URL here. And it is going to be a personal post. It's not going to be a company post. And part of the reason is that at the moment we can't publish to the company pages until LinkedIn has approved us to do so. But hopefully that is coming fairly soon. So you can see that it's picked up the article title. It doesn't have a summary, but here in the commentary is where I can give it a particular angle. So I might say something like, the use of a universal pitch deck is pretty important for people for a number of different purposes, and we'll keep it short to about 150 words. We will humanize that output, and we're just going to generate that post. So it's going to go away and do the same sort of thing. It's going to read the page, figure out what's on there. It's going to humanize that text, and then it's going to give me a preview. And what do we have here? Ever sat through a presentation, left wondering what it's even about? Yeah, me too. Actually, so again, not a bad summary of this article. So it's already telling me that the score quality is quite good here. I could actually try to improve that in a couple of different ways. So you can see that it's recommending that we post at peak times. So Tuesday to Thursday, 9 to 11. Again, just recommendations. You don't have to follow that. But I might just do exactly that and just choose maybe next Tuesday at 11 a.m. So I schedule that post, and it's gone off into the ether, and it will appear in my calendar later in the week, next week. I'll just show you that does actually take place. So you can see here in our weekly view that we've got this article right there on the 18th at 11 a.m. ready to go in a high-performing spot. And that's how you generate posts. Hopefully that helps.